Okay, so you and your team are pretending solo queue is a group project in school by sitting around watching one person do all the work when bam. Arcane character hits a shroom off camera. You see the little jizz sprinkler fly out of you and now you are basically a Soraka, healing this Frankenstein wolf every few seconds and then bam again. You're healing up your butt buddies from across the map. But how? First lock in this little demon rabbit, then rock these runes, mainly focusing on the sperm Tamagotchi rune and then the green things that make people live forever. Build moonstone first and then healy shieldy things and you might be playing Teemo. But you're now basically Soraka, and today I'm gonna show the power of this build on the naked mole rat himself.
Thank you, come again.
Look at Boris, that smug greedy bastard. Everything is so expensive nowadays, can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Which is why I'm getting my bag from today's sponsor. Which is why you might want to consider using Buff. Buff is a free app authorized by Overwolf that works with tons of video games including this piss pit that's so bad it's practically a joke, LOL. This app works by rewarding you points for simply playing games, which is why I personally like it, because every time I get stuck in a lost cause where everyone is fighting and I'm losing LP, I feel like I just wasted 35 minutes of my life, but the pain hurts slightly less knowing now that at least I earned a few points while I was enduring that torture, and that one day I can redeem these points to earn all kinds of gamer goods, gift cards, and even riot points. It's lightweight so you won't even notice it running, and the company is doing all kinds of cool new things like partnering with pro teams and adding game highlights recording features to the app, so check out my link in the description to get it for free today, and thank Buff for sugar daddying today's video. Alright, so I always use the Demon Teemo skin because I figure I'm already going to hell for playing this champ, might as well start dressing the part as I'm casually enjoying the amenities of being less visible than your average league player's dad as I decline nap time and then I keep my cool when that chick touches me, but between us this bunny had a boner, but then things escalate. Nyla wants to whip water at the chick dressed for the pool and she may have sunscreened up, but my ignite was still gonna burn, which turns us both into murderers, which if I'm being honest was never in my 5-year plan, but now we have a witness to deal with, so make it a double and pray that killers can still get carrots in prison. Then we are just cosplaying the moon and pushing the waves, and when Salt and Pepper Bob Marley the lanky pube grower comes in yelling Candy Crush lines at us, and I don't exactly take nicely to some 7-foot fern whipping cute tips at me, so I ask this strong empowered female character to give him a few spanks with her jump rope till he pisses off. At this point I really had to take a shit, but I can't poo in public places, so I'm off looking for somewhere to choke the brown cobra, when sure enough Skippy Skylar down here is all like, hey, want some Valium, and I'm all like, nah, 6 months clean bitch, which summons her tall fucked up looking drug lord. He's high as a kite talking about protecting his forest or some gibberish as I kill off his dealer before planning to make like a fart and blow this shithole. Enter the neighbor's dog with guacamole tubes coming out of his back, so I stick around to see if Lanky Larry is gonna get bit, which ends up putting my own ass in danger, but thankfully there was a happy ending to this one, self-induced for the Warwick apparently. My health is now lower than Riot's interest to maintain this game properly, but I just love spitting on statues, so I stay, when sure enough that walking grandpa pube tree comes back, and this time he brought Frank the Tank. I run up to spit in his face hoping he'll catch COVID or something, but come to think of it I just tested negative, so that was a dumb idea as Frank is more ruthless than I remember, but stilted Bob Marley runs straight into the dump that I took right in front of his face 5 seconds earlier, so I'm thinking there's hope until Uber Eats driver Zoe delivers melatonin from downtown Disney World. Frank going for MVP at this point, so I get one of them to quit with one last spit, and then I run off into the cove before cutting to the next scene where I'm laying traps of the variant booby all over this river. I see the baby Rapunzel in desperate need of a Poke Center, so you already know. At this point my identity has been spoiled, but luckily these boys were like the cast of Jackass, willing to harm themselves for the sake of content, but I didn't think. Did anyone else think she was attacking me there instead of that ward, or am I a dumbass? Anyways, we act like Stone Stanley doesn't exist as the hair-dyed Barbie doll hops around like it's a defense mechanism, and then it was time to return home. I snuck in the 12 o'clock tower pass, but waterbenders are always late for shit, so Nyla has to take a detour up north. Side note, there's tall skinny pervs up north trying to see some Nyla nips, but that's just unacceptable behavior in today's age. He'll have to sub to her OnlyFans to see that as we murder him. And now I am thinking this content is definitely gonna be spoiled before I can show off my healing abilities, so I revisit the previous offer. And if I'm being honest, I've never been prouder of my community. We were like the Make-A-Wish Foundation. We saw a borderline brain-dead Jace and we gave him a totally convincing failed tower dive triple kill that he will be telling his divorced mom about for weeks. I too died, and come to think of it, Nyla did too, which surely would have been good enough to prevent the FF15 out of these kids, but then it happened. This intentional death relapsed me straight back into an old addiction of mine. Dying in League of Legends. My teammates weren't like me. They could just intentionally give up one kill and then go back to winning and playing well, but I had a past. They don't know that I've been dying religiously on this game for 10 years. I used to come home from school, and when other kids would take a nap or watch TV, I would be dying on League, and blaming others for it. Others were spending time at the mall or at basketball practice while I was spending my time in the fountain. And one taste of my old life and I couldn't stop. I became so good at it that even my teammates had to question what I was doing. I'm fine, we still stomped. I was a healing hairball, but my brief relapse ruined my content, so now I present to you, the tuber. Small lore update on this one: I had to ADC because no one wants to play that shit role, so it was autofill central and peeps all said no to swap like they just woke up today wanting to play fiddlestick support. But it's cool because this Alaskan fat ass over here had the spatial awareness of a sea otter, and to be honest all I wanted was to see his ice trumpet, but he had some fetish for being chased, so I hit him with the flash dubstep ignite walk away stunned with swag special. Then if I'm being honest, I saw over a G in my wallet and I'm thinking that plus a dry tuggy and I was bound to get a PS5 off of someone, but Santa's sped cousin came back for seconds as if we weren't immediately going to hawk lugies on him, and backing a snowflake tunnel is cool until you consider that scarecrows love riding those things, so Bard gets burned. Episode 2 ends the same way as the first. Some pasty boy in the glowing Halloween costume his mommy got him comes down, but then sees this demon and pieces out as the cosmic ballsack takes his turn, before we can only assume he then heard the ice cream truck by Red, as he doesn't even think twice about leaving Nyla to die alone. Then because I'm Teemo and nothing about this champ makes sense, I schedule a reverse surprise birthday party for Fiddle where everyone gathers at the location, but the surprise is on them instead. Omega lol, classic midget devil shit right there. Also let the record show that I told this vampire not to put his damn Chanel Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum fucking cologne on, but he insisted and all the dudes are on him like flies, so I bark at them until enter virgin who yields sword, as I wonder what exactly this bard's plan was, but I guess we'll never know. Now regardless of what empirical data says, I'm like Andrew Tate and I know from my own life experience that around this time a bunch of dudes gather here to jerk off a dragon, but between us I wanted to jerk off the dragon, so I first kill the bard. Okay, I'm just gonna say it, this scarecrow is a kill-stealing asshole, but anyways, if you haven't noticed, every time I'm in combat there's little infected jizz shots flying out of me at my allies, and that's because I got the Stone of Moon mythic item, which by the transitive property means that red health bars will disappear while blue ones will get small doses of Viagra every 3 seconds in fights. Then to be transparent, I just wanted to celebrate my moonstone healing over 1k in just that fight by rubbing my sweaty gooch all over their landscaping, but leave it to that type 2 diabetic in his snow sledding outfit to come in wanting to tussle, so I try to space like I'm a wide bar on a keyboard hoping he'll drop some pizzazz on the ground, and it's about time ye finished Gromp 2 feet away from this fight to the death and finally decided to help. Okay, now watch closely because to me this just looks like an innocent act of me plopping deadly poisonous killer bombs in the bush, but somehow despite not attacking I managed to steal the big one. Someone please watch this 60 times and tell me what happened. But bottom line is he's pissed, so I gotta run away queefing green popsicles down his pie hole to make up for it. Anyways, you know what they say, you can't spell Bard without BAD. As he tunnels out of danger into danger, we get the free kill and start taking our shirts off to get this party started, only to forget it was nap time. Psych, scary shit happens when this midget devil sleeps, and let's just say we roasted their chicken because of it. And just when I thought I've seen it all, this Bard proves to be impossible to underestimate with that ult before belly sliding into danger himself, and you just know there's a village out there missing its idiot. My legal team told me that due to the title of this video I had to include this otherwise boring uncoordinated shitfest that we in this elo call a team fight, because the observant will notice that my dots kept a fully stacked moonstone that entire time, which meant I was like a supply line of Healy boogers from my ass to allies' ass that entire time. At this point, thanks to my rapid fire rabbit heals, we have the confidence of an ox storming into this base like it's Normandy, killing every Tom, Dick and Harry in our way, and any bird emperor who thinks his linear simp army can kill me will be so wrong he'll die. Now this next play made me feel like I needed to make an announcement. If any of you are going through a rough time in your life, just know that teleporting into the enemy base with a buddy and literally running into their fountain is never the answer. If you don't have someone to talk to, just come to my comment section and I will be sure to respond the next time I'm taking a fat shit, and that's a RAV guarantee. But with that in mind, I had to finish shitting on these little kids and quite literally ruining the little bit of video game time their strict ass parents gave them because I might look like Teemo. But I was basically Soraka. #pray for this zero healing bard, he's clearly dealing with something. Subscribe or this ice cream commercial will haunt your dreams.
I eat little babies' ice cream.